Yeah, I'm looking for you too, man. I'm looking for. Oh, I just invited Timmel now.
There we go.
We're gonna start the podcast shortly.
Accept.
Hey, what's up, man?
All right. Hello, Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. I
Turning
am
it down
Nathan
so there's
Timmel,
no
stand-up
echo. There we go.
comedian in Iowa City. With me, as always, is Jake Vevra, stand-up comedian in New York City. Hello, Jake.
How's it going?
All is shit here. I think I'm starting the exact same way I did last week. I went to bed around 1:30. I lay in bed wide awake until about 3:30. Then the last time I remember looking at the clock was like 3:47, and I woke up at 6:30. So we're looking at 4 to a little after around 6:30 asleep, and I'm wiped. I don't know why I'm not sleeping.
Yeah, it's I was up kind of late last night. The kids kind of woke me up early. That kind of thing. Yeah.
I wish my kids would wake me up. I just sleep, but they sleep is what I'm saying. But all right. Well, let's jump right in. We need to open just right off the bat. We're embarrassed. We got it wrong last week. We were making fun, saying, "Ha ha! You bought the Trump phone and you're not getting it." Well, bam! Trump delivers 9 months late, but he delivers. It's not made in America, but he delivers. It's actually a Taiwanese phone that they just slapped the Trump name on. But
Sure.
Trump, it's missing 2 of the flags that represent the 13 colonies. But Trump and not only did they deliver, but Trump mobile site.
Oh no, 2 of the stripes you mean on the flag?
What did I say? I said stripes. Did I say stars?
Flags. You said 2 of the flags. I was confused.
2 of the stripes on the flags. Yeah.
Yeah, it's missing 2 of the stripes.
Two of the stripes on the flag.
I think he's doing a thing where his name is 2 of the stripes, like he put it in the place of it, but it just looks odd. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, it's been out for a week, 1 week, less than a week, and a security flaw is already exposing customers' private data. A carrier has 10,000 unique customers and 30,000 pre-orders, but the Trump mobile phone. Wait, where did it go? Well, it's God damn it. This news article is written in God damn it. It contains exploitable software that can leak data, including emails, physical addresses, full names, according to YouTube's CoffeeZilla, and hackers. 2 hackers are able to hack the phone like that. No credit card information was exposed, but the security hole creates a way to view the number of Trump mobile users. Oh, so that they hacked the site, which suggests it only has 10,000 customers.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine that many people trying to get a Trump phone now. You know what I mean? Like selling the phone, post Epstein stuff, post Iran war stuff. I mean, it's just weird to buy merch for a sitting president. You know what I mean? Like, I get buying merch for like, hey, this guy's going to make everything perfect, but buying merch once he's already in.
Hey.
It's like, hey, man, can't you just enjoy the utopia you people have created with this guy? Like, why do you want merch on top of it? Yeah, it's going great. I mean, it's a weird thing.
I bought this official Obama pen when Obama was in office, so don't you make fun. I mean, it says Sharpie, and I bought it last week, but I still call it my official Obama pen.
Well, there you go, man. If you shove it up your ass, you'll feel hope and change.
So they said that they had 600,000 pre-orders, but the hackers discovered that it's about 30,000, and only 10,000 have actually signed up for the subscription. It's so. I mean, does that mean 20,000 just sort of wanted a Trump phone just so they could, have a Trump phone?
I mean, yeah. What are you gonna do with so? Can you make the phone work with AT&T and stuff like that? Because I know he's got the mobile service too.
Yeah, it's like Mint Mobile that Ryan Reynolds has, or anytime for a while we used a back in the day when you had landlines, we had a green service, and all they do is they buy a chunk from AT&T or Verizon,
Okay.
or they just buy it and then they rebrand it and say you're using Trump phone or green phone, but you basically are connected to the bigs.
Well, good for them getting that phone out, man. I'm glad I didn't bet money on that on Kalshi, because last week I would have bet all the money I had that thing would not be out by this week.
And it was literally the next day. It's like we said, haha,
Yeah.
you got your phone. And it was I think it was Monday that they started shipping them. Only 9 months late, as we said, only 9 months late, but.
Yeah. I mean, hey, now they can rub it in the face of the libtards, I suppose.
I suppose. And again, it only took 2 days before the leak was discovered. Yeah. All right. Well, that's on us. That's our embarrassment, and we apologize. We should have done better. Let's jump into some real news. Did I pull this one up? Where is it? We've talked about this before. Not this state. We bounce around states, but here we go. First news story. Dozens of Oklahoma lawmakers vote against child marriage ban. Dozens of Oklahoma lawmakers fought to enact a child marriage ban before it was put into law on Wednesday. The bill has absolutely nothing to do with pedophilia, said Representative J.J. Humphrey while arguing against the legislation.
But he said it with his fingers crossed.
Well, it's funny because he has that quote, but there's no follow-up like what the legislation actually does, like the other representative says, how confident are you that is always wrong 100% of the time for 17-year-olds to get married? Asked Representative Jim Olson. How old was Mary when she married Joseph? And how did that work out? First thing she did was cheat on him. First thing she did was get pregnant and have to make up a lie like, oh, it was God. Yeah, or maybe she didn't cheat. Maybe the innkeeper that turned him away took advantage. But,
That's true. I mean, it's a weird thing to quote the Bible on, because I'm like, yeah, let me see the birth certificates, man. I don't know how fucking old Mary and Joseph were. Stop. Like, you could marry 12-year-olds back then. What are we talking about? They were like Dark Ages savages back then. Who gives a fuck what they were doing?
Well, my favorite part of the story is it was pushed through the Oklahoma State Senate, and they all voted on it, and they said, we're going to make this law, even though dozens of Republicans said no. And then the governor did not sign it. He chose not to sign or veto it. So it just sort of was like, it became a law because he refused to put his name on it and say, yes, we should not have child marriage. And he refused to veto it and say, no, this is a bad bill. He just sort of let it become law. And including, I'm surprised the governor just didn't put his signature on it. Said Representative Cindy Munson, Democrat. I didn't know Oklahoma allowed Democrats to get voted into office. But the bill not only protects minors from unwanted or forceful marriage, but will assist to prevent efforts to prevent child trafficking and exploitation. And yet, they're trying to argue like, my right here is why we say government can't come in and tell me what I can and cannot do with my family, said Representative Humphrey on the floor before voting no. If I want to sell my daughter off when she's 14, I should have that right. It's indefensible, and these fuckers are going to get voted back in. They're going to get reelected. It's insane. How you have said this. I'm going to steal from you, Jake, and then I'm going to turn it over to you. If you're going to run against them, literally, your whole advertising campaign should be, hey, you know who I have sex with? Consenting adults. You know who I think should have sex with consenting adults? Other consenting adults. You know who I protect? Kids. This guy voted against. It boggles the goddamn mind.
Yeah, I mean, every single one of these lawmakers, if you ask them, like, okay, so kids should be able to get married, yeah? What if they want to change their pronouns? What? Fuck no! Like, they would freak out. Like, okay, they can get married, right? But can they go to a drag queen story hour? No, you can't have a dude in a dress reading them green eggs and ham. You'll destroy their future somehow.
Ultra in the comments says it would have been a miracle if she was old and barren and had already produced 3 children. Yeah, like say Mary was 60 years old through menopause and then gave birth to the Lord and Savior. That would be a miracle.
Yeah, if she got unmenopaused. Metaplayed, I believe is what they call it. What?
Something. I'm going back to the phone. I was the top tech for Sprint in 2011 at the time. They said they had carrier-only phones, but the reality is you only use carrier apps. Yeah.
TikTok. We're reading questions off of YouTube. We're reading comments off of YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Phones work with any carrier.
Or if you're listening on an audio-only platform.
Ultra wants a Trump phone hooked up to the Obama service. That's what Obama needs to do. He needs to release Obama no phone, just his
That's
airwaves.
right. I want a purple phone. I want a Trump phone, but an Obama carrier. That's right.
A miracle would have been Joseph giving virgin birth. Yes. I mean, that's what the libtards vote today or push today is the whole God. How do they wrap their head around it? If it was a woman that became a trans man and got pregnant, then it's a man giving birth. Is that what they try and say? The
Well, no,
liberals
that's what they mean. Yeah, they're talking about trans men when they say that.
the far left. Yeah.
Well, no, but they just mean trans men. It's not that really crazy.
But
They just go. They're saying men can get pregnant. Yeah, they're not saying biological men can get pregnant. They're saying if you're a trans man.
True, but it does get messy and silly. I mean,
it does. But if you take 1 second to think about what the hell they're actually talking about,
right.
it's not.
I mean, not to go down that rabbit hole, but I mean, how many fucking cases of that would there be? Like,
well, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
it doesn't have to ruin your day. It doesn't.
Yeah,
have to,
like
you know what I mean. Like it's not going to come up that often.
So you have trans, which is what they say less than 1% of the population. So then, if you have less than 1% of the population where a woman becomes a man, as she's already pregnant, or decides to be a man, or was either way. Now it gets. See, I'm already fucking up the language. I'll get called a hater for saying decides to be a man instead of was always meant to be a man. But yeah, I'm just saying the number of actual women becoming trans men while pregnant or getting pregnant is probably so small, and yet it becomes big news. The idea that it blows up like.
Yeah, it's definitely like an overblown thing that the right wingers try.
And the kid Dusty, yeah, I mean it was Dusty. I've been in deserts. They're yeah, exactly. But either way, so do we have a reason for voting no on this other than in total it was 36 Republicans voted in total?
Well, it's religious bullshit, right? Like their argument is that it's like a sin or whatever to have a kid out of wedlock. So if my 17-year-old son and a 17-year-old girl get pregnant, well, they should be able to get married as opposed to burning in hell for forever or whatever. I mean, that's kind of what they're going for with that.
Yeah. I think the bottom of is amusing to me. Once effective, it goes into effect on November 1st. It can't just take place immediately. So are you going to have like a push for a bunch of child marriages before November 1st now that it's passed? So the provisions will take first.
Yeah. Do you think there's like a 15-year-old couple going, we really love each other and we're going to wait till 16 to tie the knot? But now that these fucking liberals are trying to make it to where we got to wait till 18 for thanks a lot, Stalin. You know, there was a guy in the 1940s that wanted to make people wait till 18 to get married. His name was Hitler, and the people who supported it were Nazis. Thank you very much. We're getting married at 15 before this fascist fucking law passes.
I mean, you talk about a shotgun wedding. You know, you got to get it in. You got what month is it now? May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah. You got 5 months. But the other
this would be like a pellet gun wedding. I don't think they can own shotguns at that age. That they can get married.
In Oklahoma, I think they do.
That's true.
But the very last line, once effective, Oklahoma will join.
You got to be 18 to buy a gun anywhere, man. I mean,
was Kyle Rittenhouse? Did he buy us a gun? No.
Well, no. Like I could buy an entire case of Jack Daniels and hand it to my 3-year-old. That doesn't make it legal.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, me too.
Once effective, Oklahoma will join more than a dozen states that have permanently ended minor marriage. A dozen. So we got 50 states and at least more than a dozen. I like that it says more than a dozen instead of like 13 or 17 other states. What's with the language? Why can't they just be specific? Do they not know? I'm sure I could Google it right now. I'm going to ask Gemini.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's probably a weird thing where they might not have a law explicitly saying this is the minimum age to get married. They might just not have a law at all. You know what I mean? Like it might not be a law saying, hey, you can get married if you're less than 18 with parents permission slip, or I don't know how the fuck that works, but they might just, in some of these smaller states, there just might not be anything on paper for this. It might just be we just leave it up to the county or the courthouse, or case by case, or I mean, I don't know when they would have started making laws for stuff like that. Like, they wouldn't have had they wouldn't have had these laws in the show Deadwood on paper. That's what I'm saying. So, like, I don't know what year these started, and there might just be states being like, "Hey, we haven't had any problems so far. Why waste the ink?" I think that's probably where the confusion comes in.
They're the types of TikTok. We're reading comments. They're the types of individuals that play the Georgia satellites during the one-year reception.
Yeah, they got the just married cans tied to the back of combines and things like that. Hell yeah, dude.
All right.
It'd be a fun reception. I'll say that, in these states.
Well, Oklahoma was the 17th state. I didn't get a date. The reality of child marriage laws is shocking to most until quite recently, but no date given. 17 states with a total ban. Oh, right here. Delaware was the first. Guess what year guess what year these bans started taking place?
The bans on child marriages?
Yeah.
I'm going to go 1942.
2018. Delaware was the first state to say maybe kids and adults shouldn't get married.
About 80 years. I gave them way too much credit.
Yeah, 2018. Delaware, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Minnesota, Rhode Island, New York, Massachusetts, Vermont, Connecticut, Michigan, Washington, Virginia, New Hampshire, Maine, Oregon, and then the wild card, Missouri. Why don't the other 33 states just ban it? Seems like a no-brainer. Lawmakers in the remaining states.
Been weird laws. Like, I remember now, my grandfather married my granny when I think he was 18 and she was 16 or something like that. And there was a weird law in Iowa at the time where he could not drink because the law to drink was 21 unless you were a married woman.
How old was he? Because
18.
I know, but I'm saying, how old is he? Because becoming 21 to drink, that happened in the 80s.
No, but it was 21 for a while, then they made it 18, then they made it 21 again.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
So it was still 21 to drink. So he could not drink, but his 16-year-old wife could, because it's 21 unless you're a married woman. I don't know why it's crazy. I don't know who's making these laws.
That's like when you're making me think of when I visited the Jack Daniel's distillery, but I don't know if you know this, the Jack Daniel's distillery is in a dry county. So you can't go like through the distillery to the gift shop and buy Jack Daniel's. They can make it, they can't sell it. But okay, you are absolutely right, by the way, Jake. You are absolutely the reason for voting against it comes down to three arguments. Number one is shotgun wedding and teen pregnancy exceptions. The most historical loophole is pregnancy. Many lawmakers in traditionally conservative regions argue that a 16 or 17-year-old gets pregnant. Getting married is the, quote, moral or responsible thing to do. Two, parental rights over state interference. See, this is where it gets ugly. Parental rights, because this is where you have arranged marriages where, my 13-year-old's marrying this 38-year-old because
I think that's
religion.
Still wildly illegal because that's still pedophilia. I think this is mainly for people that are like the same age. I think that's kind of what it
happens in America. It's not broadcast, but yeah, it is cultural and religious traditions, embedded in the culture that, whatever. But yeah, so yeah, you called it. The main one is, you're pregnant, you got to get married now and ruin your life. Get that starter marriage out of the way.
Or you could drive up north and give that thing the old blue state snooze. Do that while it's still legal. I think that's the move.
TikTok, we're going to have to recap. Hey, Rich just showed up. What did he miss? All right, so we're going to start over for Rich. No, all we did was we made fun of the Trump phone. We offered our humility for thinking it would never come out last week, and it's out. And we talked about the data leak, and now we're talking about Child Marriage Danger Aware is here. Danger Aware is an organization that tries to protect, not tries, but that wants to protect children from all sorts of bullshit, such as, hey, I'm an adult and I find you attractive because you're 16. It's fucking gross. And Danger Aware does good stuff. Check out their profile and their website.
Danger Aware.
All right, click off that story. Click off that story. Click off that story. Okay, this one I threw in for selfish purpose just because I live here. You used to live here. Classes at the University of Iowa's Center for Intellectual Freedom could be mandatory. So I'm going to give everybody a quick backstory. The University of Iowa, the Hawkeyes, is a liberal foundation full of libtard professors, and they indoctrinate kids into becoming libtards themselves. And so what the conservative regents and our governor did is they created a class. Geez, I can't remember what it's called, but they created a class to offer something for conservatives. And they said, we're giving people an option. That was supposed to debut last year, and fewer than 12 students had enrolled for all of the 30-something classes.
But before you continue, there's a funny comment on YouTube. We got Grubs 517. Funny, child marriage is probably the number one thing going to be discussed on a Trump phone. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Props to Grubs.
They're just burner phones to find wherever the new Epstein Island is. That's what they're using them for.
Great comment. So either way, so you have this institution, a university that's indoctrinating kids and making them liberal. And so they say, well, we're going to give them conservative classes. No one signs up. And now they're trying to make the conservative class mandatory. It's like anyone that says drag queen story hours about indoctrinating kids. Never had drag queens knock on my door and say, have you heard about Jesus? Used to happen a bunch to me, and we've talked about this, haven't we? I haven't had anyone knock on my door since COVID. They all stopped. I used to get like 3 or 4 a year. I miss them. But yeah, so now because no one was fucking interested in your right-wing bullshit class, now they're talking about making it mandatory.
All right, here's how hard that's going to backfire. You're now forcing a bunch of kids that are, they're college kids. A lot of them are fairly left-leaning. You're now facing them into this crazy right-wing shithole class, and they're just going to troll you, man. They're just going to they're going to give papers back with cartoons of Trump, blowing Stephen Miller or something. I mean, it's just going to get ridiculous.
I mean, if they have to pass it, see, that'll be the next thing. They say you have to when I went to college, and I don't know what it's like anymore because it's long, long ago, but you had to take you had to have, I'm going to make everything up here. You had to have 9 history credits and 9 science credits.
I know, I get it.
Yeah.
I understand that. That said, I think you're going to have plenty of students that just straight up protest it and don't do it. And then you're going to have people that troll it. And then you're going to have plenty to where it's like, all right, I'll get just enough to where I'll use it to pad the other courses, because I can't imagine this is going to be a difficult course to pass. Like, this isn't calculus 2.
No,
this is it. Yeah, freedom, First Amendment. I don't like cancel culture. And then the dumbass hillbilly that they got teaching the course, who's showing up in camouflage overalls. Good paper. You get an A. So I think it's going to be a fairly easy one to pad your credits with. But the thing is I think you're only pushing people more to the left with this. If you're forcing them to sit there and read, I don't know, man, Mitch McConnell quotes. I don't know who the hell they've got, who they're teaching them about, but it's just going to piss them off, and it's just going to make them go to the left more politically.
Well, this is what James Tallarico, the Democratic pastor Senate candidate in Texas, talked about when it comes to religion. He said, we keep trying to introduce bills in Texas that say, you must love Jesus, you must love Jesus. And if Jesus was so awesome, you would just say, hey, I want to share this with you. Come join me. And you can't force people to do something because it turns them off. I mean, he's saying the same thing about religion. And when it comes to this, the last sentence is exactly like the last sentence of the Oklahoma one. The bill is awaiting Kim Reynolds' signature. If signed, the course requirement would begin in fall 2028. So this is something that should, 2 years from now, you just vote these fuck faces out, and the next governor says, no, we're not going to fucking do this. It's the ping pong. It's the back and forth. It's the wasting of time instead of focusing on the economy and jobs and education. They're pretending this is education. You focus on fucking shoving shit down someone's throat that's not interested. I get the idea of making the course. Make the course and say, hey, we have a different point of view. Come learn it, and you get your less than 12. But that's a true democracy. That is freedom to choose.
Yeah, everybody's all about free speech till they hear something they don't like. Every student at the university minus 12 saying, fuck this course, I don't want to sign up for it. Like, you really think forcing them into that is going to go well for you? It's not. I promise you it's not.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, I took a Bible course in college. I took both semesters because I enjoyed the shit out of it. Taught me a lot, but, I chose it. It was a, just offered as an elective. Like, would you like to read the Bible? I'm like, I've talked about it a lot. I should read it. So I took a year of Bible study in college, and I think it was like a 35 person class, and it was packed. It was like, but you offered it, and I don't think everybody in there was religious. It was some people were, and some were like me that were just curious. And obviously, it didn't change me. I didn't become a Bible carrying Christian, but
See, I was the opposite. I took we're two ships passing in the night here. I took a Dianetics course in college. It's weird that they offered it at the time, but I ended up really getting into it. And for about 5 years, I was deep into Scientology, 4 of which were spent on Sea Org, the slave ship on international waters. And I actually did so good on Sea Org, they made me a hunter. The people that tried to escape Sea Org.
Did you was it Shelley? Did you see Shelley Mescovich? Was she in a hold somewhere there?
Wait, who the hell is Shelley Mescovich?
I can't think if that's her first name. The missing wife. David Miscavige is his wife that hasn't been seen in years, and they say she's kidnapped and shackled somewhere.
Oh, I do remember. Yeah, I shackled her. I remember her. Yeah. We called her Shell for short. But I actually tracked down Shell. She tried to swim for it when we were close to shore one day. I jumped out. I'm like the guys in Logan's Run. You know what I mean? Who take out the people that are over 30 or whatever. I'm one of them. I used to be one of those before I was reformed and converted away from Scientology. But I would capture the escaped Scientologists. I would threaten reporters. You know what I mean? Like, I did a lot of their dirty work. So, sometimes those courses, I'm eating my words here, sometimes those courses you're forced into, I mean, they really have an impact.
Yeah. I mean, they changed your life for the better. You got life experiences out of it.
Exactly. I mean, I learned to swim really well. You know what I mean? I got good at knitting. You knit a lot.
Will you still be saved by Xenu?
Well, no. I mean, I realize it's all bullshit now, but it's just silly. I was unaliving people for a goofy space alien god. You know what I mean? Like, it's just but we all do nutty things in our 20s, huh?
What they're for.
Yeah.
I chased a girl in an abusive relationship for 6 years trying to rescue her. It was silly. Like, hey, you don't have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
We do dumb things.
Sometimes you get involved in something, you end up whacking people for the space profit, and then you realize, hey, that was a bit much.
You outgrew it.
Yeah, it takes a big man to admit his mistakes, and I'll say it. That was my bad. Sorry, Shelley.
Hey, proud of you.
Hell yeah, thank you.
Proud of you. I would love to see this next story happen. I don't know if it will, but I would absolutely love to see this start happening. NAACP calls for boycott of Southern college sports programs over voting rights. The NAACP and Congressional Black Caucus are calling on black athletes and fans to boycott the athletic programs of public universities in states that are taking steps that the nation's oldest civil rights groups say are restricting black voting rights. They started redistricting and gerrymandering as soon as the Supreme Court knocked away the Civil Rights Act. I would love to see black athletes just leave those schools. I would love to see, like, of all fucking things, it would be hilarious.
Yeah.
To see Harvard start dominating football, because Harvard has a football team. You don't hear about it because they suck, but it would be hilarious to see Harvard kick the shit out of, I don't know, fucking Alabama, old bit like big fucking powerhouses. It would be great to
Yeah,
see.
I mean, ultimately, if it does take effect and it causes change, it's a good thing. I do feel bad a bit though for the people in those athletic programs, because the
Sure.
people that are actually in the programs and running the programs, for the most part, I'm sure there's some conservatives in there, but like they're not
There's
the
quite
ones
a few
making
in
the
the
fucking laws. You know what I mean? Like they're not the ones making the laws. A lot of them are athletes themselves, and you know what I mean? Like, what if you're a dude, you're specifically a black guy at Alabama, you know, State or whatever, the Crimson Tide, and you know you've been in that program, you played ball for them, you're proud of the Crimson Tide, you know it's not a political thing for you at all, and now it's like people are boycotting your program. So I feel bad for the people in the programs is all, because they're not the ones actually making the law. Like the laws don't have anything to do with them, you know.
True and fair. I would also say though, with those universities, I mean, this is a $1 billion industry, and that guy you're talking about gets to complain to his boss and say, "Hey, shit's got to change." And then these
Hey, you
universities
know, I get
go
it.
to the
I mean,
politicians and say, "Knock it off with this bullshit." I mean,
you got to affect change where you can. So
yeah, this could.
yeah.
This is why I like it, because it is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and these athletes, whether they, I mean, they get paid now. Like literally, they changed that. They went from like you do not pay college athletes to now you get paid, which means they have a lot of power. They can, and I would. That's why I like this boycott, because I think it could be incredibly effective if they toe the line. Now the problem is, instead of doing the right thing and universities saying, "Hey, we should go after our politicians," what they will probably do is say, "We'll just offer the athletes more money," and the athletes, by and large, will say, "Well, I could go here on principle and get paid this, or I could go to Alabama and get paid fucking this."
And dude, most athletes are not that political, especially when they're younger. You know what I mean? So
no, they're not.
I can't see this being that effective. Like I like the spirit of it, but yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I would like to. Is there anything else in the stride? Fingers crossed, but yeah. I don't know.
Don't get me wrong. It would be hilarious if all these, super red Bible Belty Southern states, if the black athletes said, "Fuck you guys," they all left and they resegregated sports in the South and then just kicked the shit out of them.
If the Alabama football team suddenly looked like the 1980s Boston Celtics, it would be hilarious.
It's like it's white only again, not because.
But Grubbs has it.
Not
this is true. Grubbs has it right here.
All
the
black
uproar of black athletes leaving college sports would be as loud, if not louder, as when they tried to enter. It would be. It would be huge.
Now all the basketball teams in the South are doing nothing but layups the entire next season. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I always go to football, but yeah, fucking the basketball would be huge. I would love to see this happen, but I don't know if it will. Oh wow! All right, I've been thinking about this one for my own personal, because I put out a video every day. And I want to tie this in with I set you one, but it also ties in with the mayor of Seattle who said, boycott
Before we move on to this, what about the athletes that are already there? I mean, it's not that simple just to switch schools once you're
it's not. It wouldn't be an overnight thing. It'd have to be a progress. Incoming class, like you can't. It wouldn't overturn.
It's a tough thing to get.
It's tough, and what would happen is you would get. So what has to happen is it has to happen with the incoming athletes. It has to be like the top drafted athletes out of high school that have to say, "No, fuck you, I'm going here." So that the big Alabamas, they have to start going down to third, fourth, and fifth picks, because it'll never be resegregated like we're joking. But it's
a tough thing to sell to the incoming athletes, because it's like
heavy.
Oh, dude, playing for the Crimson Tide, you know what I mean? Playing for Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Some of these like massive. It's like, dude, this is crazy. This is
But if you can get,
I was a kid.
If you can get the top tier 10% to do it, then yeah, the other ones, that's it doesn't have to be every athlete. It doesn't have to be, but it just has to be.
It'd be cool. It'd be cool. I just find it unrealistic.
It's a mess. Yeah. It's a mess. All right. What I was going to say is I sent you one story about Karen Bass, and I can't remember her name. Katie Smith, the governor of not the mayor of Seattle. Incredibly stupid Democrats that
Karen
don't know when to shut the fuck up.
That's Los Angeles.
Karen Bass is Los Angeles. Who's mayor? Kate Wilson. I said Katie Smith. Kate Wilson. Really you got these idiots. She went and joined a protest line and started screaming, boycott Starbucks, boycott Starbucks. Now Starbucks is investing $100 million in moving 2,000 jobs to Tennessee. And Karen Bass, the mayor of LA, I'm sure this is a good program. A reporter got in her face about a Medi-Cal healthcare program that provides dental work for homeless meth users. And she said her response was, it's already paid for. And he said, who's paying for it? The taxpayers? And she doubled down and just said, it's already paid for.
Yeah, you got to have a better answer than that.
Politics is optics. That's all there is to it. This could be the best drug rehabilitation to work, get off the streets program in the world. But when a reporter asks you, hey, are taxpayers footing the bill? Everybody's struggling right now. Are you're giving dental work to the homeless on meth? Is that what you're? And she says it's paid for. How the fuck are you that stupid? How the fuck are you? Like I said, it could be. And again,
And I actually like the spirit of this thing. I do. Do I think it could potentially be in most situations a waste of money? Yes. But we've wasted money on dumber things. Look at Iran. So if you just took like about 20 minutes worth of the Iran war money and sent that to LA, all of the meth heads get new pearly whites. So just when they start going, where how we gonna pay for this? How we gonna pay with these fucking right where how we gonna pay for $1 billion a day on this fucking thing that he's got over there on a goddamn lie. So don't come at me with money. One, and two. That this is healthcare, man. I think healthcare should be paid for by the government. And that's another thing that the right wingers sit there. Well, that's just a liberal pop, free healthcare. I mean, it's just a fantasy. Like, oh, really? Ask every other developed nation. Ask every country in Europe, and even their conservatives, because they do have conservative parties and stuff. Not a single fucking one of those guys is going, you know what we need to do is we need to make our healthcare more like in America. Not a single dude. He is getting voted out of fucking parliament. He will never have a political future again. I don't care how right-wing his district is over there. Nobody wants our healthcare system. So when they act like it's just this crazy liberal fantasy pipe dream, it's like, really, then why is every other country but us doing it? You know? So I think this goes... to me, it falls under the umbrella of what government should be doing. Now, that said, I did, just out of the goodness of my heart, I bought 3 meth heads new teeth a month ago. And you know what? They sold them for more meth. They hammered out their teeth and they sold the teeth for meth. So, I get how it could potentially be not the best investment. I would say get them off meth first. I think that's a start.
I think that was part of it, is she said... Yeah. She did say that
I'm gonna need a piss test before I pop these teeth in your mouth. Yeah.
She said that it's people that are in halfway houses that are they're trying to rebuild their lives.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah. Good thing.
And so I said it could be the best program ever. However, fucking Karen Bass, answer like Jake. I want Karen Bass, the mayor of Los Angeles, when someone says, how does it say, just look back and say, we are spending $1 billion a day on an unnecessary war. This entire program costs whatever the number is. Say it's $247,000. I'm sure, whatever it is, I'm sure it fucking pales in comparison. She gets mousy. You got to fucking hit back. And Democrats are just the fucking worst. They don't understand that optics are everything. This will be an ad that reality TV guy used. And I don't know anything about Karen Bass. I'm not defending her. I don't care if she's elected or voted out. How do these people that have fucking no personality and I don't understand how they get elected in the first place? But
Right, yeah.
very quickly. Sorry, I'll give you.
You gotta be
I
better with
actually
the
bought
reporters in there.
teeth for the homeless meth users too. Except it was just those wind up teeth that chomp 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 chomp, and I gave them to those and told them to put them in their mouth.
They like
That was
those.
what I
It's
did.
fun, it
Yeah.
shoots them.
I had interrupted you. Were you going to jump in on the?
I was just saying, yeah, you got to just be better with the reporters. You got to be better at answering that stuff.
You'd think they would.
Yeah.
All right.
I will say the other guy running for mayor out there, I guess, is a former reality TV star. And
yeah.
He has a contract where they're going to film another reality TV show about him running for mayor. And if he's elected, they will continue filming a reality TV show from the mayor's office.
From the mayor's office.
It's like, dude, what do you... Come on, even if I like your policies, you can't. Look, we have a reality TV star in the White House already. It ain't going well. So
that's what I was just going to say.
Make a federal law, no more reality TV stars. I don't care what party they are. I don't care what their policies are. No more of these assholes.
I was just going to say, I don't know who Karen Bass is. I don't give a shit about her. I am against Spencer Pratt just on the fact that it was like, we got, and what you just said. How's the current reality TV star working out for you? Then fuck off. All right, let's end on a happy note. This might be my favorite story. U.S. Homeland. Oh, was he still in here? I think Bob sent me this. I had a comment that sent this to me. U.S. Homeland Security put out alert on comedian who created parody ICE tip website. The DHS issued a BOLO, be on the lookout for, Ben Palmer, whose videos of calls with members of the public who thought they were reporting immigrants went viral. The first video I saw was when a kindergarten teacher, fucking a kindergarten teacher, was trying to get a student deported because just because he was brown or he spoke Spanish or something. I mean, we've all seen his videos because they go viral all the time. But yeah, So the Department of Homeland Security circulated, be on the lookout for law enforcement nationwide targeting a comedian whose satire of U.S. immigration enforcement went viral. And he says it's a badge of honor because there's no investigation. There's no arrest warrant. This is a document, is an internal memo shared for awareness purposes only.
You're giving this guy a ton of clout. All you're doing is helping this man.
Exactly.
I would kill for them to do this to me. I would kill for them to make our podcast illegal or whatever the fuck, because we were talking shit on ICE. Do you know how big we would blow up if that happened?
It would be beautiful. You get it's the expand and contract. Right now we have 2 viewers. We'd get 5 million, and then we would end up maybe with several thousand. It's like they'd come check it out, and some would stay and some would go. But yeah, we need that bump. So ICE, Homeland Security, please boycott. Issue a formal boycott of the Idiots on Parade podcast. We want you to come out on your website and say, you should not be watching the Idiots on Parade podcast. You should not be listening to it. If you could do that for us, I mean, we'd appreciate it. We really would.
Yeah, come on, man. You know, do us a solid, ICE. Come on.
Do us a solid. All right, Mark Furman died, so enjoy hell. And I have been Nathan Timmel. You can find me at nathantimmel.com. Everything can be found there. Books, T-shirts, hats, link to my special, link to my Amazon, I said bookstore. So Jake has been and remains and will always be Jake Vevra. I'm going to spell his name, Vevera, because you can find him on social media at Jake Vevra. Like me, Nathan Timmel, he uses his name everywhere. I'm Nathan Timmel on Facebook. He's Jake Vevra on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. You can find us both. We both have specials on YouTube. Mine is called Unapologetic. His is called Unalive by Dog Pills. I continue to pull up my calendar and see that unless you have something, I'm good. At 12:30 for the next. We're good. If I hit,
I am too. I did want to mention this. Not next week, but the week after, I'm gonna be gone. I would have to pre-record on like Thursday or Friday morning.
Okay. Just hit me up that week and we'll make it work.
After. Yeah.
I'll post on. I always put a post on YouTube. I haven't posted in a while on YouTube posts.
Thanks,
but I
man,
always put.
I'm like in North Carolina the whole time, and I won't be able.
No, you're going to Amy's family. All right. Yeah. You do that every summer. All right. Goodbye to everyone. Rocky just realized he missed the whole thing. Richard, thank you. Todd, thank you. Thank you. And Mike, goodbye. All right, TikTok. This is 3 weeks in a row. We haven't been banned. We don't know what we're doing wrong. I mean, Jake actually mentioned the Australian dictator of Germany with the mustache. And the one time I mentioned the H name, I got banned. So good on you, Jake, for not getting us banned for mentioning that guy. Oh, we're getting likes over there. Mark, hey, thanks for likes on TikTok. All right.
Appreciate it.
We're good.
I just bought this set of teeth used from a meth head in LA.